Welcome back, mamas. I am not sure if this is doing your own camera setup. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a hassle, okay? But anyway, welcome back to Mama Approvals. I have a topic that I am very interested in. It's about single mothers. Because I don't, but I definitely do want to touch on single mom's guilt because I know I had it with my first couple of kids. But anyway, we have Romy in the building. She will not sit down by herself, so we got her here. It's gonna be featuring my girl. Hopefully she doesn't cry. I'm gonna make this quick, honestly, because I am recording this kind of late, but I don't know what's pushing me towards talking to it. I've been there, done that. I'm not a one that's like, if me and my kid's father is not working, I'm not gonna be guilty. I'm not gonna feel guilty that my kid maybe is not able to call dad and see dad when they want to or anything like that. But my first child, I definitely had mom guilt when it came to single parenting. So for starters, I want to start off by telling you guys out there, don't feel bad, right? We don't want to beat ourselves up. We're doing the best thing that we can possibly do, and that's all that matters. And like I was saying, you're doing everything possible that you could possibly do, and you're doing what's best, right? So for starters, the kids are going to see that you did what was best, right? So we don't want to go in to parenting alone. Parenting alone is already enough, right? We don't need to add extra. And I just feel like when I say extra, that would be one of those, like mom guilt, having guilt that maybe you should have stuck things out with an abuser or a manipulator. It's never that deep to me anymore because after dwelling and after even having a healthy co-parenting relationship with my kid's father, I would choose that route every time. Every time. Anytime it's possible, I will choose the route. But I know as single, but first time moms, I know that you guys get conflicted. We do, being a single mom, because we don't have a rule book, right? We don't have someone who had it made out everything. So I do understand and sympathize with our moms that get mom guilt, honestly. And the only advice I would possibly give would be to like focus on yourself, right? So we want to focus on what we can change, and we want to do that. We don't want to focus on so much of the other parent. Whatever the other parent is not doing or doing, it's not our business. We can only hold our end, right? So that would be the biggest advice that I would possibly give someone who's going through mom guilt. And also I will say it's only a season. You're gonna figure out as the kid grows that they understand, right? They're seeing everything and they're living these experiences out with you. So they're seeing you make a way. They're seeing you doing it all alone. And they will appreciate that in the end. And I don't think they question that at all. And the biggest thing for me when I was like going through the situation with my oldest two was that like all of these milestones that me and the kids were sharing, it was just like darn, I wish their dad could have seen this, or it was times where I wanted dad to be there so we can take pictures, be a family. And I broke that down in the end. It was just society. All of that is just for society and how you're going to look. In the beginning, it is emotions, right? So we have these emotions. We have all of this going on with ourselves that we have to figure out that it's no longer, right? Those same feelings are not there anymore. The disrespect was loud. We had to like separate. It was destined to be. So in the beginning, it is emotions. But then in the end, I feel like it's just society. It's how we want to be perceived. And quite frankly, I would rather be a great single mom than a terrible mom in a relationship with someone I'm not supposed to be in a relationship with. and that's what it boiled down to. And the kids don't feel that effect unless it's two parents that can't be adults and come together to co-parent. That's the only when conflict come in for the kids. Like, it's never mom leaving dad or dad leaving mom and being two healthy co-parenters. It's the chaotic ones. I'm just gonna tell you right now. So if you can feel those emotions in the beginning of the breakup and let them go and do what's best for a baby, what is best is literally mom being healthy and dad being healthy, whether that's together or separate. And she's gonna act crazy. And good parents in the end, right? Because we have to let those emotions and those feelings go. What once was is no longer, so we have to let it go. But then we have to recognize that we do have to grow up and step up for the kids. So the mom guilt, to me, like I said in the beginning, it's emotions, but in the end, if you're 2 years, 3 years in and still feeling mom guilt, to me it's society thing, or what you experienced or what you had as a child and you just want it back. But honestly, step parents are a thing. So you're able to meet someone who will love your children the way you love them, and you can still love dad from afar. So like I said, me and my first kid's father, we did great once we were able to co-parent. I didn't feel guilt. I chose me in my mental state and being a healthy mother alone, because like I said, single mothers parenting is already enough. We don't need to add to that. So there's my intake, honestly, and like I said, any advice would just be to embrace the emotions in the beginning, but then just let it go. Don't worry about society. Don't worry about how anyone's going to perceive you. Just literally be a great mother, and that's all you can do. And the kids will see that. So yeah, pretty much straight to the point. I did have to rush this just a little bit, but I think I did at least hit every pointer that I wanted to hit within that topic of mom guilt. So moms, please let it go. I'm telling you right now, if you're a first-time mom around and you're doing it alone, it's going to be okay. It will be. Relationships don't work, girl. It's just that simple. And also, you cannot make a dad want to be a dad. If he doesn't, that's on him. Sometimes in the long run, it will change. Like in the future, things will change. They tend to sometimes come around and get to their senses.